We are back for our penultimate Euro 2024 preview. Just 2 to go now and just 3 days until the start of the tournament. And we are here today with one of the tournament favourites, and that is Portugal. They only had 4 tournament appearances in both the World Cup and the Euros pre-2000, but have now become a heavy hitter on the international stage. They infamously lost at Euro 2004 in the final despite being tournament hosts to underdogs Greece. But they made up for this at Euro 2016 where they themselves were major underdogs, this time to the hosts of France, but they were the winning nation. And the goal scorer was a very surprising man. It was Swansea striker Eder, not Cristiano Ronaldo, none of the other big players, Quaresma or Nani. Nope, it was Eder. They reached the round of 16 at the last Euros, and at the 2022 World Cup they finished as quarter-finalists, losing to Morocco that time around, who of course were having a magical tournament of their own. In terms of how they qualified, it was a perfect performance. 10 wins from 10, 36 goals scored with just 2 conceded with 9 clean sheets. Cristiano scored 10 goals in qualifying, with Bruno Fernandes picking up 6 for himself too. The only thing that may be worth picking up on is there may be a little bit of false confidence now after that great qualifying campaign. In terms of the manager, it's former Belgium coach Roberto Martinez. He had a long playing career in the lower echelons of English football before beginning his managerial career also in England. He managed Swansea, Wigan and Everton to varying degrees of success over a 9-year period. He then took over Belgium just after Euro 2016 and guided them through 3 tournaments. He finished 3rd at the 2018 World Cup, which was a good showing for his first time around. At Euro 2020 they reached the quarter-finals before bailing out, and at the 2022 World Cup they were knocked out dismally in the group stage. And after this he departed, and soon after, very surprisingly, landed on the Portugal job. But having delivered such a fabulous qualifying campaign, he has real momentum behind him again. In terms of their players to watch, their captain is the one, the only Cristiano Ronaldo. And what else can I say that hasn't already been said? He's truly one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He's won everything in the game, barring the World Cup with Portugal, but of course did win at Euro 2016. Although in that match he was infamously subbed off in the first half due to injury and spent the rest of the match on the touchline motivating his teammates. He's now aged 39 years old. He's had over 200 caps for his nation, but he's still just as integral. He scored 10 goals in qualifying and is still likely to play a major part at this summer's tournament. In terms of their star player though, I'm going for Bernardo Silva, a real tenacious midfielder with technique to boot. He was part of the treble-winning Manchester City squad, where he's also spent a fantastic 7 seasons with them. He's now closing in on 100 caps for his nation at just 29 years old. In terms of one to watch though, I'm going with Antonio Silva. He's just 20 years old but has been a key part of Benfica's defence. He played in both matches for Portugal in the most recent international window, so may be in line for some starts. He's at the complete opposite end of the spectrum to Pepe, who is now 41 years old and could still be in this Portugal squad. In terms of observations on this squad as a whole, they have a lot of interesting profiles here, which allows for great tactical flexibility for Roberto Martinez, and more crucially, is true quality all over the pitch. In terms of how they line up, 4-3-3 is what is going to be expected. Roberto Martinez did tinker with a 3-4-3 for a while, but it does seem he's now settled on the 4 at the back. They have a very balanced midfield with Paulinho as the anchor, Vitinha as box-to-box and Bruno as the creative roamer. Bernardo Silva is likely to get the nod on the right with Rafael Leao on the left, and Cristiano Ronaldo expected to play as the number 9. In terms of what they hope will happen, they will believe in the balance of this squad. They will believe they will get through this group unharmed and then really just keep going, build that momentum that they've had in qualification, and maybe it takes them all the way. In terms of what I think is going to happen is I think they're going to top this group, then defeat Denmark in the last 16 before facing France, who will send them a packing. Their odds going into this tournament sit at 8-1, making them the 5th favourites. So that rounds it out in terms of Portugal then. Let me know what you think about them down below. They have a very interesting squad with a rather Marmite type manager in place. But we'll be back for our final preview then tomorrow. It's going to be the Czech Republic, and it's going to be the finale to this 24 episode series. Thank you all so much for joining me along this road. We still have one more to go, and that'll be tomorrow.